Hey guys, it's Derek with Molo Therapy. I'm here with Derek, the owner of CrossFit Verus, and we're doing the Molo Project Interviews. In the month of January, we got to spend time here doing CrossFit, and we're doing this interview so you could learn more about CrossFit Verus, about Derek and the owners, and what makes them unique aside from their zip code and that they like the color red. So, to start things off, I'll let Derek tell you a little bit about himself.
Sure. I appreciate this opportunity, Derek. Derek and Derek both spelled correctly, so that's always a positive. So I've lived in Colombia for 20 years. I've been married almost 20 years, and I've got 3 kids, all involved in sports. And we own Smoothie King franchises and Jersey Mike's franchises, and then this gym here, CrossFit Verus in South Colombia, and we've been open a little over 2 years.
Okay, very cool. And what got you into CrossFit?
So, like a lot of people, I was an athlete in my older days. In high school and college, I played football. And then after college football, I kind of just got into long distance running. I let all my weightlifting go. I stopped being competitive about things. And I just put my energy into my career, my family. And 20 years later, I'd kind of gotten myself, I wouldn't say completely out of shape, but I was definitely not strong or at my peak.
Yeah.
And a friend introduced me to CrossFit, and I got hooked on it, and I've been in love with it ever since.
Okay, and how long have you been doing CrossFit?
So really just 4 years.
Okay, and what do you love most about it? Like, why would you rather go to a CrossFit gym than a typical bodybuilding gym?
Well, it's really the people. I didn't understand how much I needed to work out around other people. Growing up, whenever I was working out before school in high school or with all my football teammates in college, I was always working out with other people. And then I just kind of fell out of that, forgot how much I needed that accountability. Yeah. And my wife and I we had a home gym. A lot of people convert rooms to a home gym. We have recently converted our home gym to an office because we don't use it anymore because we're here all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. What made you want to start your own gym versus just go to someone else's?
I didn't get into this with the intent of starting a gym. I happened to be working out at another gym. That's how I got started in CrossFit. And that gym just closed for business. It just stopped. And so some of the people in the gym, I don't know if they asked or told or requested, but they said, "Oh, we should start our own thing. You should run it," because I had some business experience. And so they didn't have to twist my arm too hard because I'd kind of fallen in love with CrossFit. And so I put some of the same skills that have helped me in franchising, I put those skills to work. I think we found a good location. Yeah. We did a nice build out, and I think we've got a nice product and a good group of people. And we just got into it that way.
Very cool. And you mentioned you own Jersey Mike's and Smoothie King franchises. Mm-hmm. Do you ever blend businesses together? Like, do people get perks at different spots, or are they all pretty separate?
I try to blend a lot of things. We don't own the Jersey Mike's here in Colombia. We own those in some other markets.
Okay, cool.
But here in Colombia, where CrossFit Verus is, we own the Smoothie King locations, and we've got one about 75 yards from here. So I do co-brand. I like the color red. Smoothie King's red. My truck is red. CrossFit Verus is red. Smoothie King, our number one selling smoothie is the Gladiator. Our number one selling protein is Gladiator Protein. I train on it. Many athletes do. And so, not coincidentally, we're the Gladiators here at CrossFit Verus. So cool. I definitely try to co-brand. And all of my members here at Verus get a Gladiator card where they get a daily discount on smoothies and retail.
Sick. What got you into business? And follow-up question after that, what kind of legacy are you trying to leave in Colombia with your family, on the world, through your business?
I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs, grew up on a farm. My grandpa was in owned his own construction business, passed it on to my uncle. My dad had a real estate business. My other uncle owns an insurance company. I'm from a family of entrepreneurs, and I always knew I wanted to have my own business. I didn't know it would be selling CrossFit memberships, subs, smoothies. I didn't know what it was going to be back then, but I always just knew that that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. So throughout the last 20 some years, as opportunities presented themselves, it kind of presented itself to start my own thing. What was your other question?
Well, what legacy do you want to leave through them?
I just want to help bring up the next wave of entrepreneurs, and also in my business, I want to help people with their fitness, their nutrition. You know, we sell food, we sell fitness. I also do some fundraising. I've got a company that I do fundraising with, so we want to help teams and organizations raise money. I just want to help people along their journey and pass, you know, especially to my family, give people an opportunity to work in our business.
That's awesome. And I kind of skipped over this. If someone has no idea what CrossFit is, how would you explain it to them?
The definition of CrossFit is constantly varied, highly functional movements. So CrossFit is, it's a combination of gymnastics, weightlifting, cardio, nutrition, all put into a time or competitive environment where there's goals, and sometimes the goal is for speed, sometimes the goal is for load.
Yeah.
It's really, that's a lot of words.
Sure.
Basically, constantly varied, highly functional movements.
Okay. And who is CrossFit for everyone? Should everyone do CrossFit? Or is it only for like the really hard athletes, really tough guys?
So here's how I answer that question is, CrossFit can be for everybody. You don't have to be a competitive athlete. You don't have to have been a former football player or basketball player. You don't have to be a former athlete or current athlete to get into CrossFit. So it can be for everybody, but it's not for everybody. What I mean by that is, if this gym's unlike other gyms, if you're not gonna come in here with the right mindset or the right commitment level to come in and give things a shot and get past some maybe initial soreness or some movements that are harder, then people quit pretty easily.
Okay.
So
they should expect to do hard things when they come in here.
yeah, if you don't want to do hard things, there's other gyms in town to go to. But if you want to do hard things, I recommend CrossFit, and there's a lot of good CrossFit gyms in town, not just ours.
Yeah.
But we do hard things in here, and that's what we don't shy away from that, and we want people to do harder things.
I like that. Why do you want people to do harder things?
I think we need to do harder things just in general. I don't think life is meant to always be easy. There's unpredictable things, and just like weather or snow or ice, conditions are never perfect. So we need to, even though we're just working out in here, we want to condition our people to have the mindset that no matter what comes about their day or challenge they have, that they can overcome it. Other real hard things become less hard when you're doing hard things
100%.
in here.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot sometimes, that discipline in one area can trickle over discipline into other areas of your life. Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yep.
If someone was interested in CrossFit, they want to do hard things, if they walk in the door, does everyone start at the same level of like movement, literacy, and quality and intensity of workout? Or is there like an intro into CrossFit class, anything like that?
Yes, just like probably the patients that walk into your clinic, no patients are all starting at the same spot.
Sure.
You've got a way to get them plugged in and get them starting where they're at and then moving on up. And that's how it is here at CrossFit, is some people pick up on things really quickly, or maybe they have a baseline fitness level, others might not. We will meet you where you're at, and some people get plugged right in and they just can start picking it up. Other people will have a foundations class or have them meet with a coach. Cool. And we'll spend extra time with athletes to get them where they need to be.
Awesome. So in layman's terms as well, it depends on your training age. So if you come in here and you're an experienced weightlifter, they will entrust you to move a little bit better, like they trusted me. They weren't hovering over me the entire time, but they still watched me for technique and they gave me good critiques. But if you haven't really ever worked out before, they're not just going to throw you to the wolves and hope you survive. They slow you down. They might say, hey, come to a foundations class, and they'll kind of show you how to move. And that's been my experience here. And I really did appreciate that, because it's not a one size fits all. You can throw it at everyone. But like you said, it can be for everyone if they have the right attitude, mindset, and effort.
Yes.
Effort to provide.
Yep. You only get out of something what you put into it.
For sure.
And in fact, that's on our wall right over there. That's a life motto of mine. My high school football coach used to say that. And I started lifting in his weight room at age 13. He always said, you only get out of something what you put into it. And so we ask our athletes, like, don't sign up for CrossFit Verus. Don't come in here and just expect because you're here or because you signed our waiver that all of a sudden magically you're going to lose weight or feel better or get stronger. Like, you have to put into what you're doing.
100%.
And that applies to everything in life.
Yeah, be patient and persistent. I
Yes.
say that often.
Yes.
What are some of the classes like? Is every class the same throughout the day? Are there different classes people can come to?
So with our memberships, we have 5 classes a day: 5 a.m., 6 a.m., noon, 4:30, and 5:30.
Okay.
That's Monday through Friday. Our members can come to any class they want. Typically, most people tend to stay in the same type of class based on their schedule, their work, kids, or anything like that. And then we also have a Saturday morning class. Our people here as well, we offer open gym. So if you have a membership here at CrossFit Verus, you can come to any class. But also, if you miss class or your schedule changes, or you want to come and work on something, you get access to our gym through an app. It opens up the door. 7 days a week, they can come in here and work out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And what is a typical class, like the schedule of it like? Do people walk in and they just kind of warm up on their own, and then you're like, all right, this is a workout, figure it out? Do you guys guide them through it?
So that's another thing that's nice about a CrossFit gym. And again, most CrossFit gyms do this, not just us, but we will fill up your hour so that you can just show up with the right attitude. We'll take care of the thinking for you. So we'll have the workout on our whiteboard. We'll go over the whiteboard as a group. We'll go through a warm-up as a group. Typically, we have a strength portion for the day, something to get stronger: bench, squats, snatch, clean and jerk, stuff like that. Yeah. And then we'll finish with, we call it the WOD, W-O-D, the workout of the day. And every workout of the day is a little bit different. Okay. But that's how we'll finish for our conditioning.
Gotcha. And you just said every workout's a little bit different. Do you do like the same structure every week of like things that you're training, or are they constantly varied?
They're constantly varied, although the program that we subscribe to is it's proven programming. It's a big database of thought leaders down in Tennessee. They write our programs for us. We subscribe to them, and so they'll usually go in a 8 to 12 week cycle where we're having some certain objectives that we're trying to work towards, and so they program in cycles like that. But they do it in a constantly varied way. No 2 days are the same, no 2 weeks are the same. Okay,
very cool. And so you subscribe to Proven. In that program, what do you think their main emphasis is on in terms of like subcategories of fitness? If you come here, are people going to get more, you're going to get fit, but are they going to be more emphasis on strength, cardio, endurance, stamina, power, agility, body awareness, any of that?
Good question. And it is fair to say that you will improve in all those areas. Yeah. But if I had to subcategorize and pick one, I'd say that Proven, they don't let us off the hook with our conditioning and our metabolic conditioning, cardio. There's just no way around it. They always get our heart rates going. And I do think that covers, the majority of gym members are here because they either want to feel better, look better, they want to lose weight, maybe they want to get their blood pumping, but they have a lot of those reasons, and cardio checks a lot of those boxes.
For sure. Very cool. Are you guys super competitive in the gym or supportive? How would you describe like the environment here when people walk in?
So we want to be a gym that can be for anybody, and that includes, we have a teenager program. We now partner with the Special Olympics. Every week we have Wednesday night we have our Train for Life program with Special Olympics athletes. Cool. We also have our general just adult population of people who just want to stay fit, and we do have a subset of athletes who do want to be competitive, who want to go to some competitions, who want to get better, whether it's the CrossFit Open or the Monster Games or different things like that. And so we do have a subset. It's not a big population of our gym, but we want to check that box as well for our members.
Very cool. Awesome. What do you think makes you guys special and unique, aside from your zip code, that differentiates you from other CrossFit gyms in Columbia?
So I think something that makes us unique, like I've already touched on it, is our Gladiator card, our partnership with Smoothie King. It's easy because I own both businesses. Sure. So that's something that's unique. Our open gym access for our members is a nice value add, where our members really feel like they're getting more bang for their buck.
Sure.
I think that's something that's unique about us here.
Yeah, with the app access to the door. And
Yeah. So I mean, you can come in here on your own and work out as
Yeah.
long as you're being responsible. It has not been a problem.
Sure.
So that's something that's unique, and our commitment to the subset groups like our teen program. We've got 30 teens that work out, and then our Special Olympics. So we're trying to be a gym where everyone can work out.
Very cool. And tell us a little bit about your coaching staff. What makes you guys unique as a group? Why do you trust them to take care of other people in their fitness endeavors?
So there's different philosophies to CrossFit. Some gyms will have fewer coaches who coach more. Our gym's a little different than that. We have more coaches, maybe who coach less. Our coaches are just like a lot of our members. They're working people. They have careers, they have jobs. CrossFit is a passion of theirs, and they're gifted coaches as well, but it's not their full-time thing. So we have several coaches that cover the whole week. And one of the advantages of that is I think our athletes get a nice mix and diversity of coach, because every coach has something different that they bring to the table, a different style, and maybe they have different areas that they're stronger in. And so if someone wants to get better at gymnastics, we've got 3 or 4 coaches that I would pick myself to coach me. If they want to do something with the barbell, we've got coaches that are really good at that too.
Okay. Yeah. I would 100% agree with what he just said. I loved having so many different coaches every time I came in. Not so many that you never got to know them or got close to them, but to where it was always fresh. They were always in a good mood and excited. They weren't burnt out. And I also what I love about the coaches here is even if they're not on duty or on call coaching, they're always willing to offer help and coach you, even if it's during a workout. I had one of the coaches, Brian, interrupt his own workout to give me critiques and help my technique during a WOD because they care about us. And so really appreciate that about your coaching staff.
Yeah.
Pivot to this fun question. A lot of people, CrossFit sometimes gets a bad rep for, they don't care about technique. I watch videos of people flopping on the rig, doing pull-ups with those butterfly pull-ups, or they do like 1,000 snatches, like they all have torn rotator cuffs. That might scare someone from trying CrossFit out. What are some of the things that you usually say in response to some of those fears?
I think, is it fair to say that a lot of those fears are around people getting hurt?
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
This is just what I would say is, again, this kind of gets back to doing hard things, and doesn't have to be this applies to anything, but you can get hurt doing anything. You can play leisurely basketball in an old man's, I can say that because I'm old, in an old man's weekly group and get hurt. You can play pickleball and get hurt. You can play tennis and get hurt. You can go out for other sports, not lift, and get hurt.
Yeah.
What I say is, sometimes when you're doing something that you love to do, if you get banged up a little bit along the way, like there are options for people to work through that, just like going and seeing you with your therapy clinic. We don't shy away from the potential that you could get hurt, but we take every precaution that we have, and we use every resource that we have to make sure that we work as safe as possible. 100%. But we can't sit here and promise that if someone's pushing themselves and working hard that they're not going to get a tweak here and there. Yeah. It just kind of comes with the territory. And if you're doing anything worth doing, even at Planet Fitness or at your home gym, you could get hurt.
100%. Yeah, I think it is helpful to think of CrossFit as a sport. And sport is strength in odd positions. And when you come in here, you're strengthening odd positions. And so I think a lot of the time people also get hurt in CrossFit is because their pride kicks in and they try to do things that they can't because they're surrounded by so many people. And sometimes that's due to the environment of a gym. But I will say one thing that's special about Verus is they're going to push you hard to do hard things, but they're not going to push you hard to be an idiot. And the coaches here, another great thing about them is if they see that you have bad technique, they're not going to tell you just slap more weight on like maybe your high school coach did. They're going to say, hey, maybe you should just hold a PVC pipe instead of a barbell. Or hey, maybe we're just going to do body weight. And I think that's something that you guys do really well, because people exercise because it makes them feel good, and it helps them look better and move better in life, and maybe they even train for a sport. And I think injury prevention and tissue resiliency is a big thing, and I think they also crush that aspect of it. You might hear me talk about this a lot at the clinic, but they do a really good warm-up, and they do a pretty good cool-down, and they train smart, and they train hard. So when it comes to living a healthy life, you want to load your tissue to grow. But if you overload it, it tears, and if you underload it, it atrophies. But if you stimulate it enough, it grows. And I think CrossFit Verus does a really good job of helping load your tissue in a smart way so that you can sustainably grow muscles and connective tissue all together. So
I think that's the way to do it. Is we want to be safe, but we will get people where they need to be. We'll modify their movements. We'll modify their load. Make sure they're doing it right. But as they progress, we're also not going to be the gym that tells them they can't try to climb a rope if they're ready to try to climb a rope.
Yeah.
If maybe that's a risk for them. Could they potentially get hurt? Sure.
Yeah.
But we're not going to hold them back either.
100%.
We're going to help them do it in a way like any other sports team or athlete, coach would do with their athlete.
I love that. If someone's interested in getting involved here, getting started, or trying something out, how did they do that?
I think the easiest way is just go look us up on our website. You can have us contact you on our website, schedule a consult.
Yeah.
We're always generous when it comes to if someone wants to try something out, come on in. We'll give you some free workouts so you can kind of feel it, see what it's all about, and see if it's the right fit for you.
Very cool. And how would you describe location to someone?
The easiest way is we're in South Columbia. We're right behind Starbucks in South Columbia, or we're right behind Ace Hardware, or we're in the same building as Tiger Bounce.
Yep.
As much as I'd love to say we're down the street from Smoothie King, most people know Tiger Bounce or Starbucks, and it's just the easiest way.
Very cool. Well, thanks. Any last words for the audience?
I appreciate this interview. Appreciate what you bring to the table. We enjoyed having you and your staff members in. You all fit really well. You practice what you preach. You're out there doing hard things. You're working out hard, and you're a resource that we would have for in fact, I think we've had 2 of our members come to you for the. Make sure I'm saying this correct.
Soft wave.
The soft wave,
yes,
for their shoulders in particular. And you're on our team in the sense that you're not telling people, hey, you shouldn't do this. You're taking our members and you're saying, hey, we know you love to work out. We know you love to push it a little bit. Let's work with you and let's get you back to what you love instead of saying, no, you should not do that.
100%.
So we appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Well, thankful for this interview and for the Molo Project. The whole goal of this was to just kind of document what it's like to work out in different movement communities. And so you can watch the videos of me working out, but I think one of the best ways to figure out if you want to do something is come try it for yourself. So if you're even interested, like you just want to see what their gym looks like, I say stop on by, give Derek a call, go on their website. It's CrossFit Verus, Verus. Give them a holler. And other than that, move with purpose. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good.